Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us. This is the Sussex County Commissioner meeting of June 22nd, 2022 at 6 p.m. here at Sussex County Community College's Performing Arts Center, beautiful Performing Arts Center in Newton, New Jersey. I'd like to call this meeting to order, and I'll ask Terry to please call the roll.
Absent this evening is Commissioner Carney, Commissioner Fantasia.
Here.
Director Fasano.
Here.
Commissioner Space.
Here.
Commissioner Yardley will be absent.
Thank you, Terry. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice as defined by Section 3D of Chapter 231, PL 1975 has been made by regular mail and email, such notice being submitted on January 5th, 2022 from the Administrative Center of the County of Sussex, located at 1 Spring Street in Newton, New Jersey, to the following: the New Jersey Herald, the Star Ledger, WSUS Radio, and WNNJ Radio, and is also posted on the bulletin board maintained in the Administrative Center for Public Announcements and has been submitted to the Sussex County Clerk in compliance with said act. At this time, we'd like to remind you to please mute all electronic devices. Item 5 on our agenda is the approval of tonight's agenda, and we do have...
Director, you missed the flag.
I'm so sorry. You're absolutely right. I did. I missed item 3 on our agenda, an important item on our agenda. I'll ask if you can please rise with me for a moment of silence and a salute to the flag. Thank you, Terry. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for that, Terry. Apologies for that. Item 5 on our agenda is the approval of our agenda, and we do have some amendments to make. Tonight's agenda will be amended as follows. Ordinance 2208 will be introduced for codification into the County Administrative Code for the new position of confidential aide to the Board of County Commissioners. A copy of this ordinance are available with the meeting agendas. Resolution 13L, listed as title authorizing the payment of premium pay under the American Rescue Plan Act to eligible employees of the County of Sussex, will be read into the record. And item 17 on the personnel agenda. The personnel agenda will be amended to defer action of Health and Human Service County Department Head promotion until after executive session tonight. The board intends to return to public session after our executive session. Also on our personnel agenda, the position of Senior Account Clerk to Finance to be tabled pending further clarification. I believe those are the only changes to our agenda. I have that right, Doug? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
Make a motion.
Commissioner Space moves. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Fantasia seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. Item 6 on our agenda is our proclamation, certificates, and presentations. And we'll start with our Njac Foundation Scholarship Awards, in which Commissioner Space will acknowledge these two recipients this evening.
Investors Bank, through the Investors Foundation, awarded the Njac Foundation a grant of $21,000 for county vocational technical school graduates who plan to continue their education at a county college or state college or university. The foundation partnered with the New Jersey Council of County Vocational Technical Schools to identify outstanding candidates and distributed 2 $500 scholarships to well-deserving students in all 21 counties across the state. The Njac Foundation is a nonprofit organization affiliated with the New Jersey Association of Counties that is committed to providing innovative educational opportunities for county vocational technical school and county college graduates. Tonight we honor Kayla Choi and Riley Feichell. Both are unable to attend tonight's meeting, but we wanted to share their accomplishments, congratulate them, and wish them much success. Kayla Choi of Sussex County Technical School. Kayla is a kind, compassionate, intelligent, and strong person who has a clear sense of direction and purpose. Kayla exemplifies all the qualities that are needed to excel in college. She pushes herself to step beyond her comfort zone and has been working as a freelance artist for several years, creating original designs for her clients. At such a young age, Kayla has the experience of an entry-level working adult. Kayla is often sought out by faculty and her peers due to her organization and commitment, which is why much of her time is split between numerous school-related activities, her freelance job, and maintaining her excellent grade point average. Kayla's school involvement includes active membership and participation in National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, and Spanish Honor Society. Kayla is one student that excels at everything she does and has a determination to attain her goal. Her future plans are to attend Rutgers University, and she plans to study accounting. Riley Feichell, Sussex County Technical School. Riley is well known to the faculty as the go-to student who is always willing to help, a team player and a strong leader. Riley is also one of the kindest students. Riley has a dynamic, take-charge personality, which has pushed her to the top of her graduating class. She is an all-around student who displays the unique talent to succeed in anything she gets her mind to. She is currently ranked 7th in her class of 166 students and holds a cumulative grade point average of 4.36. Furthermore, Riley's challenging academic caseload of concurrent classes will earn her several college credits in literature, history, mathematics, and biology. Riley has worked hard to make her presence known at our school and within her community. As a 3-season athlete, Riley is no stranger to time management and a good work ethic and pushing herself beyond her limits. Riley pushes herself every day and should be commended for her unwavering dedication to academic achievement. Her future plans are to attend Sussex County Community College, and she plans to study pre-medical and dental. Congratulations, girls.
Thank you, Commissioner Space, and congratulations to Riley and to Kayla. Item 7 on our agenda is public hearings, in which we have none. Item 8 on our agenda is our first public session from the floor. This public session is for those wishing to make a comment of 3 minutes or less regarding an agenda item. Please line up to the microphone and maintain 6 feet social distance when other attendees. When you arrive, please state your name, your municipality, and the agenda topic for the record. Is there a motion to open the floor for public comment?
So moved.
Commissioner Fantasia moves. Is there a second?
Sorry.
That's okay. I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, and the floor is now open for public comment regarding agenda items only.
Good evening. My name is Rayanne Giroux, and I'm a Hampton Township resident, Sussex County employee, and the CWA 1032 president. I'm here to address agenda item 13L. On behalf of CWA 1032 county employees, we'd like to say thank you for recognizing our hard work. We understand that the past few years dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic has been a difficult one for the public. The continued services provided by county workers throughout the pandemic cannot go unnoticed. County offices continue to operate and provide services throughout this difficult time. We must also recognize the adjustments that were put into place throughout the offices in the county to ensure the safety of the employees and public. Well-deserved recognition was bestowed upon the Office of Sussex County Public Health Nursing for all their hard work and dedication to Sussex County residents during the pandemic. We are grateful for their hard work, continued selflessness, and resilience. We are grateful to the commissioners for recognizing all county employees, the services provided, and the ability to adapt. The policies put in place ensured Sussex County residents were cared for during the pandemic. During this most difficult time, the Sussex County Road Department continued to maintain the roads, guaranteed safe travel, while the Fleet Department kept all county vehicles operational. Social workers employed by the Sussex County Division of Social Services and Senior Service continue visiting homes and providing care to our most vulnerable residents in the county. The Social Service Office continued providing services to residents by helping homeless individuals, providing health care options, and being a source for residents who require counseling or ongoing care. The Sussex County Food Pantry remained open throughout the pandemic, providing food assistance to those in need. The public was also provided access to nutrition sites throughout Sussex County. The Sussex County Office of Taxation remained open throughout the pandemic, providing in-person assistance when needed. The Sussex County Clerk's Office also adjusted and continued to assist county residents without a disruption in services. The Sussex County Library System provided services through Zoom and on-site appointments. Library services also provided internet access to families in need for educational purposes throughout the pandemic, and the list of services provided by county workers goes on and on. The CWA county employees welcome you to visit our sites, and not only to get us know as county employees, but get to know our jobs that we perform. You have dedicated and hardworking CWA employees that look forward to working with you in the future to help meet the needs of the community. Thank you again for recognizing our hard work.
Thank you. Are there any other public comments this evening regarding agenda items only? Hearing none, is there a motion to close the floor for public comment regarding agenda items only?
I'll make the motion.
Commissioner Space moves. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Fantasia seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries, and we'll move to item 9 on our agenda, which is our commissioner comments, and we'll start with Commissioner Space.
Hello. I'll give an update on the Woodland Behavioral and Nursing Center update, also known as Andover, formerly known as Andover Subacute. Atlantic Health continues to oversee the operations at Woodland Behavioral and Nursing Center. They have hired an administrator, and their staff members are overseeing nursing, infection control, and mental health. The hospital president is very involved in the day-to-day working of the nursing home. The New Jersey Department of Human Services, DHS, Office of Community Choice Options, has been meeting with residents and their guardians and/or families to identify appropriate placements for each individual. Currently, there are 196 residents in the facility, with less than half from New York State. The state DHS staff is trying to place Sussex County residents who are currently in Woodland close to home to limit travel barriers for family members. The New Jersey Department of Health remains on site, as well as the Federal Government Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, to monitor the daily operations and manage the transition. New York State Medicaid is on site to assist the residents of New York State. The National Guard remains on site at the nursing home to assist with nursing home operations, such as meal prep, answering phones, and sanitizing. Current staff working at Woodland have been offered retention bonuses by the New Jersey Department of Health to stay on until the facility closes. The State Department of Health has reported that they are working with several temporary agencies to provide staffing should the staffing levels at the facility drop. The local employment and training services will be joining the New Jersey Employment Services to provide training and reemployment services to staff upon the closing of the facility. The Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program. The Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program provides eligible individuals ages 60 years and older with $30 in vouchers to purchase fresh fruits and vegetables at local participating farm stands in New Jersey. Vouchers are available at the Division of Senior Services Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4:30 from June 1st through September 30th, 2020, and must be redeemed by November 30th. Eligible seniors who are disabled and not able to come to the office can have an application and vouchers mailed to them. For specific qualifications and to apply, please contact Senior Services at 973-579-0555. The Division of Health. Environmental Health performed the following inspections: 596 temporary and permanent food vendors, 18 recreational bathing facilities, 22 animal facilities, 1 campground, 5 tanning salons, and 1 body art facility. New food businesses, plan reviews, 26 permanent and 135 temporary food vendors. To ensure safe recreational bathing, the division has sent out pre-operational checklists to all facilities serving the public and has reviewed 68 checklists. Bathing facilities will be inspected when they are open. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Space. Commissioner Fantasia.
I'm going to start tonight with information from the Health Department. Again, the Sussex County Division of Health continues to offer their COVID-19 vaccines. Coming up, we have Tuesday, June 28th, 2022, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Office of Public Health Nursing, Wheatsworth Road. You can complete a consent form in advance if you visit our county website, sussex.nj.us, and the Public Health Nursing continues to provide homebound vaccinations. Also, free testing. We have not talked about that in quite a while, but free testing is still available to county residents. You can go to sussex.nj.us to schedule an at-home test through Vault Medical or LabCorp. So the most recent New Jersey Department of Health COVID-19 activity level report says the entire state is coded orange. As usual, it's been that way for quite a while, which is consistent with other states across the nation. Over the past week, we've been reporting about 50 cases daily. Hospitalizations, June 1st through June 16th, we have 22. Just to give you a comparison, in May we had 48. In April we had 22. March we had 23, February 49. So it seems we're under 50. Under 50 hospitalizations a month seems to be the norm. There are currently 19 outbreaks in the county, and variants, they are reporting 100% Omicron and its variants. Now, I want to switch tacks a little bit onto another public health menace that you all may notice, and it will only continue to get worse, and that is mosquitoes. So the Division of Health in the Office of Mosquito Control reports that the county's been experiencing an above-average rainfall this spring, which creates ideal conditions for mosquitoes. In response, the Office of Mosquito Control has conducted 2 separate aerial applications in April and May, and they treated a total of 2,670 acres of uninhabited floodplain areas within 6 municipalities in Sussex County. The office has also conducted spraying applications in June within 4 townships. More applications are scheduled, and I'm going to share that information with you. The Office of Mosquito Control has submitted a total of 100 pools of mosquitoes for testing. All pools are tested for Eastern equine encephalitis, West Nile virus, St. Louis encephalitis, and if you recall, Sussex County was the sole case of Jamestown Canyon virus, and we did experience a fatality in the past. The Office of Mosquito Control will be participating in Montague Day on Saturday, June 25th, 2022. Mosquito staff will be handing out pamphlets educating residents on mosquito control efforts and disease in Sussex County. There's also an education display at Lafayette Township and at the Newton Town Hall. Also, in Andover Township Municipal Building during the week of June 20th, and Green Municipal Building during the week of June 27th. Now, thankfully, so far, all of those pools that were tested have so far come up negative, which is a good sign, but residents are reminded to please remove any standing water that may be on or around their property. So as far as updated spraying, it's the truck-mounted ULV spraying. It's for adult mosquitoes. On Friday, June 24th, between the hours of 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. And all of the information, if you visit our website and also our county page, there is a special page that's dedicated specifically to the Office of Mosquito Control. You can find out the chemicals that are being used, the active ingredients within those chemicals, and the application will be made in the following areas, including roads but not necessarily limited to in Sparta Township, and they give a listing of the different roads in Sparta Township. So if you're a Sparta Township resident, please take a look on the website and see. You can always call the Office of Mosquito Control at 973-940-5600, 5225 from 8 a.m. to 4:30, Monday through Friday. But again, if you go to sussex.nj.us and then just put /Mosquito, that will take you right to the information for the Office of Mosquito Control. I would like to share with you a couple updates in our business community. There's a media alert. There's a 40th anniversary for the commemoration of the G&S Deli. It's the 40th anniversary of their original location right in Newton, New Jersey. Local government officials, members of the Greater Newton Chamber of Commerce, media outlets, members of the general public are all invited to celebrate. So they first opened up in 1982. And let me take a look here. Okay, that seems to be all the information that they are giving. But so you know, it is a family-owned and operated business, been established for 40 years. So if you are a patron of the G&S, please come out and celebrate their achievements. Next, I have the Sussex County Arts and Heritage Council update. The 34th Annual Skylands Regional Juried Art Exhibition entries have closed, and notifications have been sent out to participants who have been selected. If you have entered and you haven't yet received your email notification, please call the office. Now, if you're not familiar with the Sussex County Arts and Heritage Arts and Heritage Council, they have their gallery on Spring Street, and it was closed during COVID for quite a period of time, and we're very excited that it's open again, the gallery right on Spring Street. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and you can go on Saturdays as per appointment. And if you're not able to go to the gallery and you'd like to check out some of the work online, you can do that. We've actually have a partnership with Waterloo Valley, and those art projects are actually up online. Currently in the Spring Street Gallery, it's a members exhibition called Show Us Your Best, and it is there through the end of June. So please go and take a look at the gallery. There's always something going on for the Arts and Heritage Council. Next, today we actually had an event. It's running concurrently as we speak. It was the Sussex County Chamber of Commerce Expo and Job Fair. This is the first year that they ran an actual full-blown job fair live. So the Expo is an annual event. It goes from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. right up in the Richards building, and it showcases county businesses. However, this year there was a job fair from 2 to 4, and there were many, many employers in Sussex County that were looking for help, and I could just read off some of the names here for you. It was Ames Rubber, Atlantic Health, Daisy, Express Employment Professionals, Eyes Incorporated of New Jersey, Fairview Lake YMCA, Family Promise of Sussex County, First Hope Bank, iHeartMedia, Joanne's Resumes and Proofreading, Karen Ann Quinlan Hospice, Morris Sussex Warren Workforce Development Board, Mountain Creek, National Winter Activity Center, Planet Networks, SCARC, the Sussex County YMCA, Thor Labs, the United Methodist Communities at Bristol Glen, United Methodist Communities Homeworks. We had Homestead Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center, Metropolitan Window Fashions, and Tap into Newton and Tap into Sparta. So it's nice to know that we have live job fairs happening. If people are seeking work, you can always contact the Chamber of Commerce. They always have a running list that is available. And then I just wanted to give you just a brief update on two things, being the liaison to District 24 for things that are happening there at the state level. There was a report that was presented to the Assembly Budget Committee from the State Parole Board. And if you recall that 4 out of 10 prisoners were released early under a landmark law that Governor Phil Murphy signed in October 2020, which allowed inmates to be let out up to 8 months early during a public health emergency. Now, we found out 4 out of 10 prisoners that were released were denied parole previously, according to documents that were received. This is somewhat troublesome because it turns out that roughly 7,600 inmates were released. 4 out of 10 were previously denied parole. Only the most egregious offenders were not offered participation in that program, and subsequently 3 that were early released have been charged with murder. So you just may want to keep an eye on some of these decisions that are coming out under the guise of public safety and under public health, because to me, I don't think the 3 individuals who are charged with murder were too concerned with public health. So again, we thank Governor Phil Murphy for his leadership and his intelligence in that regard, clearly. Next, I received a call from a constituent reporting significant damage to his farm over multiple days due to a black bear. Repeated calls to the local police department and the alleged black bear damage and nuisance hotline. The DEP has an emergency bear hotline that you can call, 1-877-WARN-DEP, yielded, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much. My question is, how many damaged trees, how many mutilated livestock, how many damaged crops is it going to take before we see some funds thrown towards the governor's non-scientific ideas of non-lethal bear management? I seem to recall many programs in urban areas where the governor throws significant amounts of money towards that. I would like to know, with this harebrained non-lethal plan that is not backed by science in any capacity, when he plans on throwing some money with that, so he at least hires enough people to answer the phones when people are being attacked, their livestock is being killed, or their crops are being destroyed. The response time is roughly 72 hours for the call 24-hour anytime bear emergency line. So let's hope that you have 72 hours if something happens for you. I feel like, again, Northwest New Jersey is being placated with pseudo-response options. Just another example of the flaccid and feckless response of the governor and his administration when it comes to problems we experience here in Sussex County. I will keep you updated on any further information that I receive regarding managing the black bear population. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Fantasia. I'll keep my report brief tonight with just a few updates. First, tonight, the board will be considering a resolution regarding premium pay for county employees, as this process is finally nearing completion. Funding for this important initiative comes from a portion of the American Rescue Plan funding Sussex County has received, and eligibility requirements for this program were done in accordance with the Department of Treasury's final rule on the American Rescue Plan. We've discussed this at many previous meetings. I know the board has supported this initiative from the very beginning. To echo our speaker before, and thank you for coming up, I just wanted to thank and recognize all of our county employees who over the last 2 years have unquestionably gone above and beyond in helping Sussex County, this very government institution, and the residents who called this county home navigate the challenges that we all have faced over the last 2 years together, so thank you. Speaking of the American Rescue Plan, Deputy Director Carney and I had the opportunity to meet with our administrative leadership last week to discuss the county's planning with local recovery aid, as our first phase of planning is also reaching a conclusion. I look forward to that plan being shared with the rest of the Commissioner Board for their feedback as the county looks to tackle other initiatives also previously discussed here, such as small business assistance, health and human service upgrades for the county, infrastructure initiatives, and much more. And finally, last week, Commissioner Yardley and I had the opportunity to meet with Dr. Connolly from this very beautiful place, Sussex County Community College, and I was really, really pleased to hear the latest enrollment projections. Sussex County Community College continues to do better, if not better than all community colleges at this point in time, and it's been that way for the last year and a half regarding enrollment projections. That's a really good sign. I was also really happy to hear of new financial aid opportunities available to students here, status reports on new facilities which are going along swimmingly, including a new optics technology program, and the need to address a quickly growing demand for health profession programs, which SCCC seems to be pretty on top of. It was a really encouraging report. I feel like I say it at these meetings every now and then, but I don't think we can understate the importance of a modern community college that prioritizes student achievement. So I'm really thankful for the impact this academic institution has on our county and on our students every day. So with that, I'll move to close commissioner comments, and we'll move to item 10 on our agenda, which is the approval of our consent agenda. There are a lot of items there, but do I have a motion for items 10A through I?
So moved.
Commissioner Space moves items 10A through I. Is there a second?
Second?
Commissioner Fantasia seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? And motion carries. Item 11 on our agenda is the approval of our minutes, both our executive session from May 23rd and our regular meeting and executive session from June 8th. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from those meetings?
So moved?
Commissioner Fantasia moves. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Space seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? And motion carries. Item 12 on our agenda is appointments and/or resignations. We currently have none. Item 13 on our agenda are our ordinances. And we will start with our first ordinance, which is introduction for first reading, Ordinance 2207. This motion is to adopt this ordinance on first reading and authorize the clerk to advertise this ordinance as introduced for first reading and also post the same on the bulletin board in the lobby of the County Administrative Center, together with a notice of public hearing stating that a hearing will be held on July 13th at 6 p.m. prior to final adoption of this ordinance. Do I have that motion?
So moved?
Commissioner Fantasia moves. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Space seconds. Any discussion? Terry, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Fantasia?
Yes.
Director Fasano?
Yes.
Commissioner Space?
Yes.
Item passes. Our next is introduction for first reading Ordinance 2208. This is an amendment to the Sussex County Administrative Code, and this is to effectuate the establishment of this position. The board seeks to amend the Sussex County Administrative Code to create Section 2.15 of Article 2, establishing the position and setting forth the role and responsibilities of confidential aide or aides to the Board of County Commissioners. Do we have a motion to adopt this ordinance on first reading and authorize the clerk to advertise this ordinance as introduced for first reading and also post the same on the bulletin board in the lobby of the County Administrative Center, together with a notice of public hearing stating that a hearing will be held on July 13th at 6 p.m. prior to final adoption of this ordinance? Do I have a motion?
So moved?
Commissioner Fantasia moves. Is there a second? I'll second for this motion. Any discussion? Terry, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Fantasia?
Yes.
Director Fasano?
Yes.
Commissioner Space?
Abstain.
Item carries. Item 14 on our agenda are our resolutions. And before we get there, just bear with me. Okay, so item 14L, we still have to read into the record. However, I'm going to ask my colleagues here if we have a motion to adopt the resolutions in item 14, except for L. We'll read that and then vote on that next.
So moved.
Okay, Commissioner Space moves. Is there a second?
Second?
Commissioner Fantasia seconds. Any discussion? Terry, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Fantasia?
Yes.
Director Fasano?
Yes.
Commissioner Space?
Yes.
Motion carries. We'll now move on to item 14L, and I will read this resolution into the record. It's not this long with all these pages, I promise. It's a resolution regarding authorizing the payment of premium pay under the American Rescue Plan Act to eligible employees of the County of Sussex. Whereas on March 21st, 2021, the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, was signed into law, which established the Coronavirus State and Local Fiscal Recovery Funds to provide state, local, and tribal governments with the resources needed to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic and its economic effects. And whereas the County of Sussex is a recipient of the Coronavirus State and Local Fiscal Recovery Funds, known as FRF. Whereas SLFRF may be utilized to provide, among other things, premium pay to eligible workers performing essential work during the COVID-19 public health emergency if 1, the eligible worker's total wages and remuneration, including the premium pay, is less than or equal to 150% of the greater of such eligible workers' residing state or county's average annual wage for all occupations as defined by the Bureau of Labor Statistics Occupational Employment and Wage Statistics. 2, the eligible worker is not exempt from the Fair Labor Standards Act overtime provisions. Or 3, the recipient has submitted to the Secretary a written justification that explains how providing premium pay to the eligible worker is responsive to the eligible worker performing essential work during the COVID-19 public health emergency. And whereas the United States Department of Treasury issued final rule implementing the SLFRF and establishing a 3-part framework for recipients seeking to use SLFRF funds for premium pay. 1, to receive premium pay, one must be an eligible worker. 2, an eligible worker must perform essential work. And 3, premium pay must respond to workers performing essential work during the COVID-19 public health emergency. And whereas the final rule defines eligible workers as, quote, those workers needed to maintain continuity of operations of essential critical infrastructure sectors, including any work performed by an employee of a state, local, or tribal government. And whereas the final rule defines essential work as work that 1, is not performed while teleworking from a residence, and 2, involves either regular in-person interactions with patients, the public, or coworkers of the individual that is performing the work, or regular physical handling of items that were handled by or handled by patients, the public, or coworkers of the individual that is performing the work. And whereas the county seeks to pay premium pay to its eligible workers who performed essential work for at least 6 months during the COVID-19 pandemic during the period of March 9th, 2020 to March 7th, 2022. And whereas the county seeks to pay eligible employees who had regular in-person interactions with or regularly handled items from patients and the public a net amount of $5,000, and pay eligible employees who had regular in-person interactions with or regularly handled items from coworkers a net amount of $3,000. And whereas the county administration entered into a memorandum of agreement with the AFL-CIO Local 1032 Non-Supervisory Unit attached hereto as Exhibit A, AFL-CIO Local 1032 Social Services Unit attached hereto as Exhibit B, AFL-CIO Local 1032 Supervisory Unit attached hereto as Exhibit C, PBA Local Number 138 Prosecutors Association attached hereto as Exhibit D, PBA Local 138 Sheriff's Unit attached hereto as Exhibit E, PBA Local 378 Superior Officer Agreement attached hereto as Exhibit F, and PBA Local 378 Corrections Unit attached hereto as Exhibit G, collectively the unions, memorializing the agreement between the county and the unions in regard to the payment of premium pay. And whereas the MOA is attached and incorporated a survey to all employees to determine each employee's eligibility to receive premium pay, if any, and whereas based upon the responses received by the survey, the county now seeks to issue the premium pay to all eligible employees. And whereas the county seeks to ratify the memoranda of agreement with each union and authorize payment to eligible employees. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Sussex hereby ratifies the memorandum of agreements which are attached hereto and incorporated herein as Exhibits A through G, and be it further resolved, the Board of County Commissioners authorizes the expenditure of funds received under the American Rescue Plan Action of 2021 for the purpose of payment of premium pay as defined in the Act, as well as administrative costs related to such payments, to be paid in the amount set forth in the attached Exhibit H. And be it further resolved, the certified copy of this resolution shall be forwarded to the unions. Certified as a true copy of resolution adopted by the board on this day of the 22nd day of June. So I know that was a lot, but we did just need to read that into the record in order to actually authorize correctly the payment of premium pay to our county employees. So with that, finally, do I have a motion to adopt Resolution 14L?
So moved.
Commissioner Space moves. Do we have a second?
Second?
Commissioner Fantasia seconds. Any discussion?
Yes. This has been a while, this resolution has been a while, that's an understatement, a while coming. I can say that overall, if we're looking in totality, the state of New Jersey had an inconsistent, at times abysmal response for workforce during the pandemic between the New Jersey Office of Unemployment and DMV, et cetera, or Motor Vehicle Commission, MVC, I should say. Offices were closed, stifling our residents' ability to be serviced. We had to reach out repeatedly to our representatives at District 24 to move the needle for us for the services that we need. However, here in Sussex County, what we were in control of, our workers remained in control of. We reported when the county did not report. They worked tirelessly, sometimes with shoestring staff, in order to be able to serve the public. Our constitutional officers kept their offices open and serving the public. Our offices of, obviously, our healthcare, public health, nursing, our social workers, our fleet, just worked and worked and worked with very little concern for their own safety and protection in the service of the 140 residents that are in Sussex County. I know this is but a small fraction of what we receive and what we are actually able to spend, because the county does have significant other priorities. We talked about the movement now to support our businesses in the county for much needed infrastructure that has been so sorely neglected. But I'm just so happy that we are able to recognize that in a county where we are not one of the wealthiest counties and able to fund different salaries and programs that we wish we could, I'm very happy that this board was in unison and lockstep to say that it was our duty and it was the right thing to do this for our county workers, and to say that we appreciate all the work that you did on behalf of all of us. So.
Thank you, Commissioner Fantasia. Any other comments? I just wanted to mention on top of that, that there's not a lot of other counties doing this for their employees. We know that. And it's one thing for the Commissioner Board to make a decision to do this. It's another thing to actually do all of the work involved. And right up until 3 minutes prior to this meeting, Christina was running in these resolutions so that we can read them from the floor. Last night, our county administrator, John, was reaching out to me trying to get this done, and I especially wanted to thank our county CFO, Elke Yetter. Ultimately, you need to match all of these numbers up and get this done, and that is exactly what Elke did, and I can't thank her enough for making this a reality here tonight and making sure we were square. And I should also thank the guy next to me here to my right, legal counsel. As if you couldn't tell from what I just read, it is a bit of a legal process to get this done, and I appreciate all the work that went involved in it there as well. So we have our motion, we have our second. Now I'd like to finally call this a vote and ask Terry to please call the roll.
Commissioner Fantasia?
Yes.
Director Fasano?
Yes.
Commissioner Space?
Yes.
Item passes. Moving on to item 15 on our agenda, which is the awards of contract, change orders, and bids. The Board of County Commissioners of the County of Sussex has reviewed the award of contract change orders and bids consisting of various proposed resolutions and determined that adoption of said resolutions is in and will further the public interest. Is there a motion to adopt resolutions A through C?
So moved.
Commissioner Space moves. Commissioner Fantasia seconds. Any discussion? Terry, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Fantasia?
Yes.
Director Fasano?
Yes.
Commissioner Space?
Yes.
Item 16 on our agenda is a motion to approve the bills list. Do we have such a motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Fantasia moves. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Space seconds. Any discussion? Terry, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Fantasia?
Yes.
Director Fasano?
Yes.
Commissioner Space?
Yes.
Item 17 on our agenda is our personnel agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the personnel agenda as amended earlier this meeting?
So moved.
Commissioner Space moves. Is there a second?
Second?
Commissioner Fantasia seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none, Terry, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Fantasia?
Yes.
Director Fasano?
Yes.
Commissioner Space?
Yes.
Item carries. 18 on our agenda is our administrative report. Mr. Lovell, do you have anything for us?
I do, and I thank you for recognizing me. First of all, I want to express to the public, as well as to this board, that during the COVID-19 pandemic, I had the honor of working for the county for a couple of months over at the health department, and at the Leechwood building. And that was from November 2020 to April 2021. And that's when the pandemic was still raging, but we were starting to get shots to the alarm.
Yeah.
It was my pleasure to serve during that period of time. But I thought to myself, and I'm a retiree, and I come back, I'm kind of a carpetbagger. I work for various counties and municipalities as a consultant. I wondered during that period of time, how do you go about rewarding these employees for service above self? So I thank you for what you did tonight. I think it was a wonderful thing to recognize the employees of the county, and I heartily endorse this project. I also want to reiterate what Anthony said, thanking a couple of people who really pulled together the last couple of meetings. Elke Yetter, our finance CFO, is just a marvel, and the work she has done for the last 48 hours. I think if she sees me walk in her office again, she's probably going to resign. So I'm not going to handle it. Lydia Palmer, who's right down the hall from myself, she's been collecting all this data for a period of time and building the necessary charts. Christina Morris. In fact, Christina, I went to her at the end of yesterday, and my computer skills are those of a 70-year-old man. And I needed help, and she jumped up and gave me the assist I needed, and I'm very appreciative of that for Christina. Doug and his staff, and his legal staff, really did an exceptional job. There were a lot of questions about this program, and we were kind of breaking new ground. And we all thought we had good ideas. Some of them were very good ideas, but some of them weren't so good. And Doug really gave us tremendous direction. I think he came up with a tremendous directive for us to handle the distribution of payments and the adoption of resolutions. And finally, I'm going to thank the department heads and constitutional officers who I sent a document to 4:30 yesterday and said I need it back by 10 o'clock today. And all of them complied within an hour or two of that deadline. So I'm very appreciative that this happened tonight. I didn't think it would pull together at times, but it did. So congratulations to all those who were part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lovell. Item 19, County Council report. Anything from you, sir?
Our suits, our Oprah suits with the state have been consolidated, those that we filed already. We have a return date next week, so I'll have a more in-depth report for you on its progress at our next commission meeting. That's it for tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Steinhardt. Item 20 on our agenda is unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business? Item 21 is new business. Do we have any new business?
I just have something to piggyback on your commissioner report as far as the optics session. I did receive when their information sessions are here at the college. If you're interested in the optics technology program, there's going to be a couple of information sessions. One's on July 18th, and one is on August 8th, 9 to 11 a.m. and 5 to 7 p.m. So if you're interested in learning about the optics technology program and the careers that can segue after that, please come to the optics technology information sessions here. And also, it's kind of a combo. It straddles old business and new business. I'm dying 1,000 deaths. This is most likely the last meeting that Carol Navarrete will be here with us with your retirement pending. I don't even have adequate words to explain what you have done in your tenure here for the county, what you have done for the people and for the individual cases that you have addressed. When we have individuals that reach out to us in our municipality, you truly are the one-stop shop to go to be able to disseminate that information and get instant response back in the most critical, heartbreaking health-related situations, usually senior services as well. And I cannot imagine how our county is going to function in your absence for everything that you've done. So I thank you so much on behalf of the hundreds, if not thousands of people that you've been directly responsible for helping. and you have very, very big shoes to fill. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Fantasia. Commissioner Space, would you like to add anything regarding Carol?
Yes, I would. So I've only been a commissioner for a little under 2 months, but I have dealt with Carol in the past, helping friends and neighbors. And the last 2 months that I've been a commissioner, I have to say I've spoken to Carol pretty much every day. She is an amazing, compassionate person, and her heart and soul she is dedicated to this county and to the residents and everybody. I mean, between the food pantry, she just gives back to this county, and she will be greatly missed. But I'm pretty sure I'm still going to be talking to her every day because I'll still have a lot of questions, and I know she has all the answers. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you, Commissioner Space. And for those who weren't here, just a few hours ago, right behind this stage, there was a lot of people who came to say their goodbyes to Carol from Sussex County. We held an impromptu retirement party for her, and I think it showed your reach, your impact, your influence, and certainly I can speak to that as well. I shared earlier today that I started here on the Commissioner Board in January of 2020. The director at the time thought it'd be a good idea to appoint me as the liaison to the Health Department, which sounded like a good idea in January of 2020. And that's when I started to work with Carol. And there is no doubt in my mind that Sussex County would not have been able to withstand what it did without Carol's leadership, without her commitment, without her passion, and probably most importantly, without her care for the people of Sussex County. So I'd like to just take a moment of personal privilege and invite Carol to come on up. We got you something, just a little gift to say thank you. From us and every past commissioner and freeholder, we wish you so well. Really.
Thank you
really do.
so much. So what I want to say is that it has been an incredible honor and privilege to be here in Sussex County and to work with everyone. First of all, the staff is unbelievable. They are so dedicated. They are just terrific. You have no idea what high-quality staff we have, at least within our social services department and our Department of Health and Human Services. And a special shout out to Transit, who's here tonight, for all of their incredible work that they do, and including during the pandemic, driving some people under very scary conditions. So that's terrific. And I want to thank each and every one of you. The commissioners have been incredibly tremendous in every way. You've been so supportive of what we do. And, even during the pandemic, when we came to you because we needed money to be able to handle the pandemic, you took care of it. It was amazing. I loved working with each and every one of you. And I'm going to miss this job and tremendously. Sussex County is a very, very special county, and you're not going to find another county like that. And I also just have to say how incredible your administrators are. I work with 3 other tremendous administrators, and it's, it takes us all to do it. But thank you so much, and thank you for the privilege of working here.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you for everything. This is a true story about Carol, but just 3 or 4 days ago, Carol's final day here at the county is at the end of the month. Just 3 or 4 days ago, I was on a call with Carol. We were talking about a county idea, and she said, you know what, let's get on a conference call in 2 weeks to discuss this. And I said, okay, that sounds good. And then I thought about it, and I said, wait, aren't you going to be retired in a week? And it didn't matter because you still want to be a part of it. I know we're saying goodbye to you in this official capacity, but I know we're going to see you around a lot, and we're excited for that. So thank you, Carol. Item 22 on our agenda is our public session from the floor. This is regarding anything and everything. This public session is for those wishing to make general comments of 3 minutes or less on non-agenda topics. When you arrive to the microphone, please maintain a 6 feet social distance with other attendees and state your name and municipality for the record. Do I have a motion to open the floor for public comment tonight?
So moved.
Commissioner Fantasia moves. Is there a second?
Second?
Commissioner Space seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? The motion carries, and the floor is now open for public comment.
Hi, my name's Camilla Duresta. I live in Glenwood. I've chosen to share some quotes from a profound book by Alok Menon, Beyond the Gender Binary, and I quote, "Creative lives in the unfamiliar spaces in our minds. We do not make art from following the rules. We make art precisely from imagining beyond them. Being self-reflective and open to transformation is something we should celebrate, not fear. Discrimination against gender nonconforming people happens because of a system that rewards conformity and not creativity. People judge gender nonconformity because they are insecure about their identities. If they weren't, then gender variance wouldn't be so heavily policed. This is how shame works. It recruits you into doing its work for you. Our parents shamed us because theirs shamed them, and so on, a cycle of violence. Reclaiming my body, my identity, and my worth back from other people's shame has showed me that transformation is possible no matter how impossible it may seem. Learned behaviors can also be unlearned. It's possible to develop more kind and just ways of relating to ourselves and one another. What we look like isn't gross. What is truly disgusting is how we shame one another for our physical appearances. Pain does not have to be visible to be real, and violence does not have to be physical to be serious. We spend so much time trying to make other people comfortable that oftentimes we don't even know what makes us happy. It's exhausting. What part of yourself did you have to destroy in order to survive in this world? These quotes I share are to teach us all compassion for our fellow LGBTQ Americans. Freedom for All Month shows a total disregard for the LGBTQ community. Pride Month is visible all over the world, including New Jersey. I'm proud to work for Vernon School Districts as they took the lead in raising the Pride flag for the month of June in honor and support of LGBTQ students. Happy Pride Month. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Are there any other public comments? Seeing none, is there a motion to close the floor for public comment and return to regular business?
So moved.
Commissioner Space moves. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Fantasia seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? The motion carries. Item 23 on our agenda is our reminders portion. We remind you, as always, to please check the county's website at www.sussex.nj.us for meeting schedules, latest county updates, latest COVID guidance, and the like. All can be found right there. And for item 24, our executive session resolution reading, I will ask Terry to read, please.
Whereas the subject matters about to be discussed may be excluded from the public portion of the meeting by resolution of the Board of County Commissioners as an exception to the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12B. And whereas it appears necessary for the Board of County Commissioners to discuss such matters in executive session, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Sussex, in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 10:14-12B and NJSA 10:14-4-13, that the Board at this time enter into an executive session from which the public shall be excluded, and be it further resolved that the general nature of the subjects to be discussed relate to the following items authorized by NJSA 10:4-12B as designated. Number 7, matters relating to litigation, negotiations, and the attorney-client privilege, PBA 138 Sheriff's Unit, also part-time county counsel. Item 8, matters relating to employment relationship, topic, personnel matters. Is there anything else before I proceed?
No.
Be it further resolved that the deliberations conducted in closed session may be disclosed to the public upon the determination of the Sussex County Board of County Commissioners, or provided by law that the public interest will no longer be served by such confidentiality. And be it further resolved that upon completion of the business for which the board has entered into the executive session, the board shall
Correct.
reconvene and resume its meeting open to the public. And be it further resolved that the board expects to take
Correct.
formal action after returning from executive session.
Thank you, Terry. Is there a motion to adopt the executive session resolution and enter into executive session?
So moved.
Commissioner Space moves. Is there a second?
Second?
Commissioner Fantasia seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. And before we adjourn this meeting, I am just going to ask if Elka, our CFO, can just come down to the stage once we adjourn. But with that, I believe we're done, right? We voted already? Going into exec? Yes. Okay. So I will call this a night. Thank you all for coming. We'll be going into executive session and coming out, I think, shortly. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Thank you all for waiting for us. We did just adjourn from executive session and return to regular business, and we do have 2 items to address here in regular business, both dealing with the same. So earlier in our meeting, when we approved the agenda, we tabled the personnel portion of our agenda, which had the Health and Human Services County Department Head promotion. So I would like to call a motion to now adopt that aspect of our personnel agenda that we tabled earlier tonight.
So moved.
Okay, there's a motion by Commissioner Space. Is there a second?
Second?
There's a second by Commissioner Fantasia. Any discussion? Terry, can you please call the roll for that?
Commissioner Fantasia?
Yes.
Director Fasano?
Yes.
Commissioner Space?
Yes.
Item carries. Now to the second item. This is going to be item 25 on our agenda, the appointment of Christine Florio to Department Administrator, Department of Health and Human Services, County of Sussex, pursuant to Sussex County Administrative Code, Article 7, Section 7-1. Do we have a motion to appoint Christine to this position?
So moved.
Commissioner Space moves. Is there a second?
Second?
Commissioner Fantasia seconds. Any discussion? Terry, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Fantasia?
Yes.
Director Fasano?
Yes.
Commissioner Space?
Yes.
Congratulations. And that's really all we had to do tonight here. So I'm glad we got that done. So with that, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting tonight.
I'll make a motion.
Commissioner Space moves. Is there a second?
Second?
Commissioner Fantasia seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. Thank you. Get home safe, and congratulations, Christine.